Alright, let me just get this one loaded up for you guys. Thanks for coming back. Alright everybody, welcome to Foundation. Foundation is a brand new title that we just picked up. So it's really kind of a neat concept. Kind of a cartoonesque, kind of like an Age of Empires, if any of you are familiar with that one. But a lot more interactive. So really kind of excited to bring this to you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I have so far. Let me know in the comments if it's something you would like to continue seeing. Would absolutely appreciate the feedback. So without further ado, we're going to kick it off now. I have to tell you right up front, it's not a fast-paced game. In fact, it's a little bit slower paced. But you do have the ability to speed things up to kind of pick up the pace just a little bit. So we're going to say new game, and it'll let you choose where you want to start your new game. So I'm going to choose here. The hills, coastal, fluvial, I don't know what fluvial is, mountain or valley. So let's start off on the coast, see what that looks like. Alright, so welcome to Foundation. At any time you can reopen this window by clicking the icon at the bottom left of the screen. So this basically gives us a walkthrough on each of these different topics. The first thing we need to do is we need to choose an area where we want our village to be. So each of these little octagonal shapes are an area where we can build. We're looking for a village where we have access to not only wood and stone, but we also have access to food. And so there's berries on this one. The first plot of land I believe we get is free. After that we have to buy them. So right now our choices are obviously just a few. We have 3 different options of where we can start our land. So if we've got quite a few trees, we've got some berries, and we've got some stones there. This one, same thing. Not too much flat land here if we're looking to build and expand. This one has a lot more stone than the other one. So obviously the more resources the better. But I think in this one over here it gives us a little bit more opportunity for building and expansion. So we're going to go ahead and select this land here. Alright, so now that we own our land, it tells us you have a new quest, build a village center. So we're going to zoom down in here. We're going to kind of look at our area. So in this we can obviously zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. We can go and move around with the mouse direction. We can actually change the and rotate the screen with a Q and E on the keyboard. So up here in my build menu, I have different options. But the first thing we need to do is we need to build a town center. So I'm going to click on this, and there's my village center. I'm going to select it, and I tell it where I want it to go. So I'm just going to put it right here next to. Well, I'm going to put it right in the center of our town. And I'm going to start construction. So they're going to quickly get to work as soon as I give them something to do. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have a workshop. So I'm going to send my folks out to start cutting wood, harvesting stone, and berries. But they're going to need me to tell them to do that. They're not going to know where to forage unless I tell them where to forage. So I'm going to use my paintbrush up here, and I'm going to paint my development zones. So you can see that right now I've just only got an option for forbidden land, so I can't do much. So I'm going to give them a builder's workshop. In order to harvest the stone and the wood and the berries, we need to have people building little places for them. So I'm going to put this right next to the city here. As you're building, each item that you're building has, you can see those arrows on there. It lets you know exactly which direction they access the building that you're building. So I'm going to turn this by holding down Control. And I'm going to move it right there. There is our construction workshop. And so I need to assign an employee to that, so we can have up to 3 builders assigned to this. So if I click on this assign available villager, it's just going to choose the nearest available villager that is not already employed. Put them in there. So now anytime I need to build something new, those 3 will be responsible for building it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to build a lumber camp so that we can start harvesting lumber. And again, I want to make sure that I'm putting it down so that they can access it from both sides here. So let's put it right next to these trees and start construction. Now my builders should come out of that construction shed over here and carry their little boxes of equipment over, and they'll start to build our lumber yard. I also want to build a stone one as well. So a stone cutter camp. I'm going to put that right out here by the stone. So I've got 3 construction people that I assigned to this, and you can see that they send out 1 for each job. So we've got 1 here, we'll have another one show up here, and then I'm going to set up a place for whoever's harvesting these berries as well. So I'm going to call it a gathering hut. I'm going to put that right next to the berries. Let me just turn it. I will put that right next to the berries, and we'll start construction on that one as well. Now, my folks still will not go out and harvest wood, stone, or berries, even if these are built, because I need to let them know which areas they're allowed to harvest from. So I'm going to use my paintbrush tool up here, and I'm going to let them know where they can extract from. So remember, I have this whole octagon here that they can take from. So right now I'm going to mark that they can go extract wood from any of these areas. So the extraction zones tell them, hey, you can extract any available resources as long as it's marked for extraction. So since we're just new in this, I'm going to mark everything in my village. And I will let them extract everything. So once I'm done with this, now that's marked. Turn that painting off. And now you'll see that my folks will, once their assigned area is done, then they'll start going to work. And we haven't actually assigned any workers to the lumber, so I'm going to click on lumber here, and I'm going to assign 2 guys to this. They'll get to work there. We've got our builder building our stone mill, and then we've got a builder that's building our berry forage center where we're going to store all of our berries. Turn this just a little bit here. Alright, so our stone is ready. I'm going to assign 2 workers to that one. Oh no, we're still waiting to complete that. So William is assigned to finish our stone cutter camp. William is bringing 5 tools. You can see in order to complete our stone cutter camp we need 10 wood, which we have, and 5 tools. And now here comes William with his box of tools, and he'll finish off our stone cutter camp. Our gathering hut is complete, so I'm going to click on that, and we're going to assign 2 villagers to that. So Gwyneth and Marjorie will go begin to harvest berries and store them in that hut. We'll let William finish up the stone cutter camp. Just about done here. And we've got a gentleman down here just waiting for some work to do. So let's assign Pierre. Right now Pierre will be the only one that's harvesting stone until we get some more villagers living in our town. So how many builders do I have? We're actually going to fire Lillian here. We're going to send Lillian over to help collect stone. There we go. So we got 2 people assigned to each task right now. Obviously our village is going to grow quite substantially, and we're going to get a lot more people moving in. Really cool if you kind of watch this as it plays through. you'll see as they walk into different areas, they'll start to build these little paths anywhere they're going and anywhere they're working and where they kind of have an active role in, which is kind of cool. Eventually, you'll see some wanderers out here, and the wanderers will pass by your village, and they'll start to build these little trails, and so you can kind of see where everyone's out there walking around in the game and getting to know. So let's see. So we've got those camps going right now. However, these guys will stop working. So right now, these little hubs that I built for them just give them the opportunity to go out and work. However, all of the berries, all of the stone, and all of the lumber that they're harvesting, once they fill up, it's going to put them in a standstill. They won't know what to do with them. So they'll just stand around and wait until we give them a place to store. So I want to build a granary, and the granary will allow for us to be able to actually store some of that food and resources. So I'm going to go back to the building menu, and I'm going to select granary, and we're going to find a place to put that granary. I want to keep that granary somewhat close to the town center, because as we start to build a market, we're going to want to have access to that. So we'll put the granary right here. We'll let our builders get started on that. And so you can see our harvester here is just standing around because she doesn't know where to take those berries right now. So we've got one builder that's not doing anything right now. He's just kind of hanging out in the shade. We actually need to build a well so that we have some water in the village. We'll go over here and we're going to select well. And let's put the well down. Now they'll access the well from all different sides. I'm going to put it right over here. Right now as I put the well down, you can see that there's a bunch of green arrows at the bottom of it. It tells you all the different directions they can access it. And there's no paths that are leading to the well. So as soon as I put this well down, they'll start to visit it, and they'll start to create and build their own paths to that. So I'm going to put it right here. We'll have our other builder start construction on that. Now things are coming along over here. So they're hard at work gathering berries, waiting for that cannery to open up. They're over here harvesting stone, but right now I have nowhere to put the stone, and same with the lumber camp. They've got nowhere to really put that lumber. So we'll want to make sure and build a lumber yard, and we'll want to make sure and build a quarry for their rocks as well. But we need some more resources before we do that. So we'll let our builders finish up here, and then we'll start off with a lumber yard. Alright, so cannery is almost done. William is bringing 5 more stone, and that should finish it off. Once that cannery is open, then these guys will be able to drop their berries off there. There's William with the stone. And then we got the well just about finished there as well. I don't know why they already taken a break. Alright, so our granary is done. We're going to tell in the granary we want to store berries for right now. Now remember, the granary is just for food items, so we cannot put wood or stone in there right now. You see how this builder is starting to build a little path there to the well? You'll see as that well finishes up and people go to use it and get water from it, you'll see all these different little paths that are starting to get created. All right, so now that the granary is done, we've got berries going into there. We are going to build. Oops, wrong one. We're going to build a sawmill. As we harvest the wood, we want to turn that wood into planks for building. And so we're going to need a sawmill. Turn this here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want it to go there. Alright, let's put it. Let's put it right there. Now the well's done. Everyone is thirsty, so they're going to go grab some water. And you can see as they start to frequent that well, they're going to start to create these paths, which is kind of unique to this game. Which is, I mean, look at that. He's walked up to this tree a couple times to chop it down, and he's already starting to build a path there. So it's really kind of cool how they've made this game. Alright, so we'll let him finish building sawmill. And then the next thing we want to build is we want to build a place for our stone. As the game goes on, you'll start to open up some trade with some of the other villagers. And some of the things that they trade are planks. They trade stone, they trade berries and food, obviously. And so you want to get these things going just as quickly as you can and start to build as much inventory as you can with each of those. The more attractive and the more resources your village has, the more people want to come live there. And so you'll start to notice that people come and buy will want to live in your village. Okay, so stock your resources, build a granary. We've done that. Assign a transporter and assign them to the granary. So we've got 2 builders, and some of those builders are just kind of standing around. So we're going to use one of our builders, and we're going to assign him as, oh no, that's a miner. Over wood. Where's our other builder here? He's hiding in there. Alright, so let's make Maria. Let's make her a transporter. So essentially transporters will go to the berry area, where we're gathering berries. And she will pick up a box of berries, and she'll carry that box back to the granary. And that's her whole job. And so you can have up to, I think, 3 transporters for each location. It's 2 or 3, I can't remember. But as soon as she gets that, as soon as she gets all that fruit and takes it over, then you'll start to see this filled up. So right now we've got 42 of these berries claimed in slot 1, and so she'll slowly just kind of keep doing her work, grabbing berries, taking it back to the granary over and over and over again. Hey Jared, thanks for the like, appreciate it. For jumping on tonight. We are playing Foundation. And to build a village. Alright, so we're still working on the sawmill. We need 10 stone for that sawmill, and you can see our inventory up there right now. We have 9 stone. So we want these guys to keep working and harvesting that stone there so that we can finish building that sawmill. Once the sawmill is done, then we will build our one for our rock and stone. William just left the construction site and he walked up here so that he can get some stone. That's what he's doing now. So he's just grabbing a box of stone. And now William's going to carry that box of stone back down to his construction site so he can continue working on the sawmill. So now that we've only got one builder, what is she doing standing around down there? see the transporter. She's looking for more berries. Build a market and assign a new market tender. We can't do that yet. We don't have enough people. We want to get our resources up, our wood, our stone. As soon as we get done with that, with the stone cutter camp. Got the well, stone cutter camp, forester camp, sawmill was up there. Okay, so I guess the next thing is the market. We can't build the stone storage yet. Let's do a market. The market is just a little tiny, it's basically like a table that we set up for somewhere near the granary. So I'm going to put it right here. And we sell our fruits and our foods out of it. We're going to put it right here. Let's just turn it. Start construction. Now we've only got one builder, and that's William over here. William's still working on the sawmill. So we need William to finish that so that we can move on to the market. Cross that one off. William is a very slow builder. We're waiting on the... Oh, you know, he's out picking up one more stone. We need one more stone to finish off the sawmill. There's William right there. Could walk up to the stone quarry and grab that one stone, unless he has it in his pocket, I don't know. Maybe he was just on a quick lunch break. Yeah, so they're not super interested in doing the work. I think they're more interested in just having a village. But that's okay. I mean, we'll get him there. I don't know where he's going. He's taking another break. He only needs one stone, but he likes to take his breaks. I don't know if he's... He can't be texting anyone. Oh, he's got to look at the blueprint. That's what he's doing. He's looking at the plans down there on how to build the sawmill. Takes a look at the plans, and then he realizes he needs one more rock. He's going to go grab it. He's going to put it in a box. Carry that big old box back with one rock in it. And we should finish off our sawmill here momentarily. Alright, so there we go. So now we got our sawmill, but we need to assign an employee to that. And let's see who I have. So I have the ability over here to actually look, bottom left-hand corner, I can look at my villager list. My villager list will let me know who I have, what they're doing, and how many I have on each job. So I've got one forager, I've got one transporter, which is fine. 2 woodcutters, 2 miners. Oh, you know what? I've got... Let's sort these by jobs. Okay, 2 foragers, 2 miners, 2 woodcutters. Yeah, what wood do we have? We've got 42 wood, we've got 8 stone. So I'm going to take one of these woodcutters, and we're going to fire them and put them in the sawmill. We make them a carpenter. So now Catherine is going to quit chopping wood, and she's going to come up here, and she's going to chop wood, or she's going to make planks for it. Catherine's going to drop her logs off, and then she should show up for work, and she's in there working now. Good. Good. Now we should let William go. William should be building a market here. They're looking at the plans again. Oh, he is probably... No, he's not waiting for planks, so we only need 10 wood and he's got it. We need this market to open up so we can start selling some of these berries. We've got 60 berries. We've got plenty of those, but we need to start making some money. I don't know where our builder went. He's standing right here. Need him to get a move on. Hey, William. We need you working in the market, buddy. He's going to look at the plans, make sure he's got everything we need. Yeah, shouldn't be that confusing. It's really just a table. table, and then we put some food on it, and that's about all there is to it. So he is hard at work building our little market for us. We absolutely appreciate it. It's hard work when you're the only builder in this village and you have to do everything. Alright, there we go. So our market is there. We are going to actually sell berries at this market. And we now need to assign a market tender. The tender is basically the salesperson. So let's see who we've got that we can spare. We've got 2 foragers. I don't think we need 2 foragers right now. We've got 2 miners, and we've got 12 stone. So let's take one of the foragers right now. Gwyneth. I think Gwyneth might like working as a market tender. Alright, so we just gained 100 coins from the king. Gwyneth, I need you to report to the market. Gwyneth, where are you? So we're going to go find Gwyneth. There she is. Gwyneth, I need you to go to the market. Yeah, it's right over here, gal. Turn around. Know where the fish are at? There we go. Alright, so now we've got Gwyneth working in the market. She's going to stock the shelves. She's going to sell our berries and flag people down to come over and buy it. Look, we've already got our first customers. That's awesome. Everyone is starving and waiting to purchase, and so we're going to have the gold start rack it up. That's fantastic. Alright, so market is complete. What's next on the list? Assign a job to all your villagers. We've done that. And raise the happiness of your villagers to 100. Right now we're 75 out of 100. So you can see up here we've got our different villagers, and we've got our global happiness. And so if we want to find out why our villagers are not 100%, we can click on one of them and they'll tell us. We'll click on Lillian over here. Lillian says we're halfway there on her primary needs, and we have everything she wants as far as food and water. So primary needs, she probably wants to be able to build a home. And we have not set aside any land for them to build their homes yet. So let's see if we can actually paint a residential area. Cannot do it yet. So we cannot allow them to build a home yet, but we're getting really close. So we'll get them up to 100 here pretty quick. And so Pierre and Lillian are doing good. They've gotten us 17 stone. Berries are just moving like hot tamales. We've got 62 berries, and we've got a market open. The sawmill is producing planks at a record pace, and Catherine's doing a fantastic job there. Alright, so we just hit 100. Our villagers are extremely happy. And we just got notified that there are 2 villagers that were passing by that decided they wanted to be part of our crew. So, I'm not sure exactly where they're at. Should see them out here roaming the forest somewhere, walking towards our village. Now, I don't know which direction they're coming from, but we've got 2 new villages that are coming, and we might have just hit the place where we can actually allocate some residential area. Nope, not yet. Where are our new villagers coming from? Still don't see them. They might be walking a really, really long way. There they are. So you can see how they're kind of blazing the trail here through the forest. and they're starting to leave that that trail. And so other people, as they start to come into our village, they'll walk along that same trail over time, and pretty soon it'll be just a nice dirt trail. But it's really cool. I think that's just a really neat part of the game. So they've still got a little ways to walk. We'll kind of get back to work and let them do their thing. Now we can, as we're waiting for certain things to happen, rather than wait, we can actually speed up time. And so you can see right here, down at the bottom, I can either slow it down or I can speed it up. So I'm going to increase it just here a little bit. I don't know how much faster we can go. So we can go up to 3 times normal speed. Let's slow it down just a hair. We're at 1 month in, week number 4, day number 7. So just about a month has passed since we started this little village. And as soon as those newcomers get here, I want to assign them to jobs right away, because I want to up the production on our lumber and our stone as quickly as we can. Get a bunch of these trees out of the way. They should be arriving momentarily. Oh, here's their little trail that they've been walking along. And here they come into our village. So we'll hear them announce here momentarily that they have arrived. They should go hang out by the well, I think. They usually check into the town center and then they'll walk over to the well. Alright, so let's open up our villager's tab. We've got 2 now that are unemployed. And here are our jobs and where we need folks. And so you can see in the builder's workshop we can have up to 3 foragers. I want to get at least 1 more builder. So we're going to make one of these guys a builder, Winona, and Herman is going to go out and chop wood. And then we just got a notification that we can now zone residential. Kingdom recognized your efforts in establishing your settlement. They're going to give us 4 defense and 4 tools, and unlock the warehouse. So we're going to go in here and we're going to identify some areas where they can actually build homes. We want them to be happy in their village, and so they want to be able to build homes. And so when I click on residential, it's going to highlight the desirable areas that they want to be living at. So here where it's red, they don't want to live and they don't want to build homes. Too industrial, but where it's green over here, they want to have their homes. So I can mark this and say, hey, you know, you guys can build your houses anywhere in this area. And they'll be super happy. And as soon as I mark that, you can see they're already starting to build house. So first come, first serve. And this guy says I'm building my house right there. I think we can have up to 6 villagers live in each home. We got another house building right there. So they are quick to jump on those spots and grab them up. I got some folks standing around, not sure why. Let's see what else opened up. So we can now build a church. Church is extremely important. You'll have villagers start leaving your village if you don't have a church or place for them to go to church. Right now we don't have much room to build it, but because I'll show you how big this church actually is. Let's say we put it here. You'll notice that the church doesn't have any doors. That's okay, because when you decide to build it, you'll let them know exactly where you want to put the doors. So say we put it there, then we'll grab this here, we'll grab one of the doors and we'll identify, hey, you're going to have one door. Put it on the end. You can put it down here if you want. Completely up to you where you want to put it. So let's just stick it there. And then we want to put a steeple on the church. And once I put my steeple, I can actually make that steeple higher and lower. When you make this higher, it gives you actually more kind of points with the church. So you can see this green number here that's in that little box. And as I go up, that number goes high. So it gives you a higher prestige level with the clergy. So the clergy appreciate that when you do more to bring focus to the church. And so I'm going to set it there. And we're going to put a little cross on the top of it. There we go. And now we're going to start with this stuff. Now we have 2 builders that are in the village now. And we can actually hopefully build that just a little bit quicker than we would in the past. Alright, we've got our first house going up. So this house can hold 2 people. A little bit selfish that they would only build a house for 2. When there's, what do we have, like 10 villagers living here? Alright, so let's see what we need. Build a Lord Manor. So the Lord Manor is kind of like our town hall, if you will. It's like where our bailiff and our government operates out of. We're going to wait on that for a moment. Let's get some of the building out of the way. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. We're up to $414 in gold, 30 lumber, 10 tools. We've got 10 berries. We've got 65 stone, 11 planks. We've got 11 stone, 65 berries, 10 tools, and 30 wood. We could use some help on this church, but they're going to let him build it on his own. William is a young kid. He's only 20 years old, and he's a hard worker. He's going to build a church on his own in a day. We still got a lot of wood to remove from here. I think the next few people that come in, we're going to just make wood cutters and just have them just bust out as much lumber as we can get. Alright, so I'm going to kind of let them do their thing. I'm going to hit save, and we'll kind of check back in on them tomorrow, kind of see where we're at, and see what our next challenge is. So, absolutely would appreciate any feedback from you guys. If this is enjoying the content, let me know if there's a title you'd like to see more of. We can make a series out of this. I'd be more than happy to. I think it's a good title. I really like it. There's a lot of new artistry to this. It goes pretty in depth. I mean, you can get into basically building out this whole area and having armies and all kinds of different stuff. So we could really get into this. If you guys are enjoying it, let me know, and I'll definitely get some more of this out there for you. So with that, we're going to call it good. Appreciate you guys being on. And we will talk to you guys on the next one. Thanks, everybody.
Division Plus Master B. Reporting District. Division Plus Master B. Reporting District. Division Plus Master B. Reporting District. Division Plus Master B.
Deadshot down.
Hey, what's going on, Eric? Sorry we just ended. Yeah, I'll be on in like 5 or 10 minutes, Eric, and then I'll get that fired up. I just got to run a quick errand, and then I'll be back on, and we'll do Among Us if that's all right with you. You good with that? All right. Okay. Give me about 10 minutes. Thanks, buddy.